All right, Iranian pastor Youcef Nadarkhani, who spent 3 years in prison because he refused to renounce his Christian faith, has been reunited with his family. The pastor's freedom comes after years of appeals and a death sentence from Iran. Lauren Green joins us live with details on this new development. Hello, Lauren.
Hey, hello, Shannon. It was, as you say, for 3 years, Pastor Youcef Nadarkhani sat in an Iranian prison facing possible death. Then, just yesterday, he was released. Nadarkhani gained worldwide grassroots attention, millions of prayers and tweets, and then involvement from the governments of Brazil, the U.S., plus the UN. His legal team saying the decision to release him came down from the country's highest authority, the Ayatollah.
I think the release of Youcef Nadarkhani points to two things. Number one, the Iranian government knows that the world is looking at what they're doing on religious persecution. And number two, international pressure. When you have governments like Brazil, our own State Department, the UN speaking out on this, makes a big difference.
Nadarkhani's release came after nearly a 6-hour hearing where the charge of apostasy, converting from Islam, was reduced to evangelizing and the sentence lowered to time served. Nadarkhani was born Muslim but said he never embraced the faith, then as a teenager became a Christian. Iranian authorities promised multiple times to free him if he renounced Christianity, but he refused. Now, a big decision for Nadarkhani is whether to stay in Iran and continue to pastor his congregation or flee for the safety of his family.
We have a very delicate period of time here. You have to be careful after the release of these cases. It was about 5 years ago, that similar case, an individual pastor was released and he was later killed a few days later. That happens. Here you've got to just watch it. I mean, this has been such a high-profile case. I'm optimistic that this could represent a change of tone if we can continue the pressure up.
Now, advocacy groups say there are still a number of Christians and religious minorities in Iranian prisons, but Nadarkhani's release is a good sign that their tactics work. Shannon?
All right, Lauren Green, thank you very much for the update. Well, groups like the ACLJ are hoping that the pastor's release will lead to the release of others jailed for religious reasons all over the world. People like mentally challenged Christian teenager in Pakistan. She was arrested for blasphemy against Islam. She has now been granted bail. The 14-year-old was taken into custody after a mob gathered outside her house accusing her of burning pages of the Quran. She spent 3 weeks in jail. Well, terrified, her family and other Christian families have fled the country. Under Pakistan's blasphemy law, defacing the Quran carries the death penalty.